Hi, my name is Haley, and I'm going to be teaching you Level 1 Japanese in this series of videos, so enjoy! Ohayo gozaimasu, which means good morning, and this is the formal version that you would tell to a stranger or to your teacher. If you were just saying good morning to a friend, you would only need to say ohayo. Konnichiwa, which is good afternoon. You'd probably start using this phrase around noon until maybe 5 or 6 o'clock when it starts getting dark and turning into evening. Konbanwa, which means good evening, and you'd probably start using this around 5 or 6 in the evening until you go to bed. And some people get confused. This doesn't mean good night. This is what you'd say to someone if you were meeting them for dinner, for example. Oyasumi nasai, which means good night, and you'd say this if you were leaving someone for the evening or if you were going to sleep. And this is the more formal version. If you want to say goodnight to someone you're on a first name basis with, like friends or family, you could shorten it to oyasumi, and that's it. Sayonara, which means goodbye. There are other ways to say goodbye, but this is the most basic and polite version. Arigatou gozaimasu, which means thank you, and this is the polite version because of the gozaimasu. Basically, the rule is if you're on first name basis with someone, like they're your friends or you're related to them, you can shorten it and just say arigato. Same goes with good morning or good night. Sumimasen. Sumimasen has multiple meanings. Usually it means excuse me, to get another person's attention, but it can also mean I'm sorry, to apologize for trouble you've caused someone, or even thank you, to show appreciation for what someone has done for you. Hai, which just means yes. Ie, which means no, and it can just mean no, like a regular negative reply to a question. But in conversation, it can also mean don't mention it, or you're welcome, as if you're telling the other person that they don't need to feel obliged to you for what you've done for them. It's no big deal. Itakimasu, which literally means I'll go and come back. Japanese people say this when they're leaving the house, so if you were leaving the house, you might call to your mom, itakimasu, and she'd know you're going to be gone. Iterashai, which is the reply to itakimasu, and it literally means please go and come back. This is what the person who's staying in the house would call to you when you tell them that you're leaving. Tadaima, this is I'm home, and this is what you'd call as you open the door and you yell Tadaima to everyone who's home so they know you're there. Okaeri nasai, which means welcome home, and this is the reply to Tadaima. This is just the people who are already inside the house, and this is their way of saying I know you're here, I hear you. And Okaeri nasai is pretty formal. If it's your family members you're greeting, they're probably just going to say Okaeri. Itadakimasu, which means thank you for the meal, and you would say this before you eat. You've got your food set out in front of you, and everybody waits for each other, and they say itadakimasu together. It doesn't really have any religious meaning. All Japanese people say it, but I have seen Buddhist families clap their hands after saying it. I think it's a form of prayer, so it would sound like itadakimasu, and then they'd eat. So, yeah. Gochusou sama deshita, which means thank you for the meal, and this is what you say after you finished eating and before you go put your plate away and go do whatever you're going to do. The deshita is kind of formal. I've seen people just say gochusou sama if it's like an informal meal. Hajimemashite. This is what you say when you're first meeting someone. You'll only say this once to the one person. You're seeing them for the first time, you go up to them and you say hajimemashite. And then you can proceed to say anything else you want to say, like your name, how old you are, where you're from, and then continue on the conversation. And when you see that person, you will never say that again. You only say that the first moment you meet them. Dozo yoroshiku, which means nice to meet you. And the way it works with the introduction is you see the person for the first time, you say hajimemashite, and then you have your conversation where you tell them your name and how old you are, etc. And when you've kind of finished introducing yourself, you'd say, dozo yoroshiku. And that's just kind of the finishing of the introductions. And then you can continue to have a conversation. Konnichiwa!
まして。はじめまして。私の名前はヘリです。私はハリマです。どうぞよろしく。あなたは韓国人ですか？
はい、そうです。
Thank you for watching. This isn't going to be the only video. I promise to make more. This is the first of a series that I'm basing off of the chapters in my Japanese 101 textbook, and a little bit of that and a combination of what I picked up when I was in Japan and things I think you would probably need to know. This can be a supplement for anyone taking Japanese 101 as to study with, or just anyone who wants to learn Japanese for fun. It's not that hard of a language to learn if you can find the right resources, so I hope I can do that for you. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll put more up later. Bye.